I'm laughing at myself because I think I'm going to. The noise you hear is my massager. Gotta get my calves massaged in the morning. Um, I laugh at myself because I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna start the video, and then I put the video on my face, and I'm like, oh, not even. My eyes are like sleeping, not even awake yet. So good morning. I haven't had coffee. I haven't. All I've done is had my lemon water supplements. And massaged my calves. The dog got to go out in the freezing, freaking cold weather. Oh, so, like, last night, I'm in Florida, okay? Very Florida here. We're not prepared for this. I'm going to tell you how we're not prepared for. Houses are not made for freezing weather. My windows literally condensate when the temperatures drop. I have my heat on, of course, but I feel like we need to pray right now because we don't have the kind of construction that we need for this kind of weather in these houses. And there's a lot of people in this other neighborhood on the other side of town who have mobile homes. Those are like not insulated well at all. And the power went out last night. I have a generator and it kicked on. And I wouldn't have known the power went out, but when the power flickers, my my sound, my white noise background turns out. And then then I could hear the generator. And I was like, what generator? Oh my gosh, the power's out. So then, you're trying to sleep, but your brain is going, all those people without power in the wind. It's crazy. I was out there. What time is it now? I don't know. But I got up at 6 and was outside, and it was still dark, and the wind was blowing like hard and cold. And that will blow right through some of those older mobile homes. Like that wind will just, there's no keeping that cold out when like I went outside to have this insulated robe. What do you call it? Insulated, this lined robe. It went right through my robe. I was like, okay. I am starting a new course. I'm constantly working on personal development and doing something for myself, to grow myself, to better myself, to improve myself, to help myself. Because I believe that if I am functioning at a higher level, then I can help more people, right? I'm not having to fix myself every day. If I am full of love, I can overpour that love, right? Please don't think I have things all together, because I do not. I'm not like organized and all that. Cancel clear. Careful what you speak out. I got it all going on. I have certain set of skills, and those skills do not include, at this current moment in time, organization. I can develop organizational skills. You can develop any skill. Everything is a learned thing. So there are all of these. Oh, now the wind's really whipping again. There are all of these reels and videos and memes and podcasts, and everybody's telling you about your ADHD, and you think like this, and if you do these things, then you're in this category. And all of this labeling is just for the birds, because I've seen what it has done to people, myself included. And it really is a victim mentality. It puts you into labeling yourself. It puts you into a mindset of less than. And it's one of those things where when you attach to those things, then they become more amplified. And I am just wanting to warn you that you don't want to attach to those things, because you don't want to amplify that in your life. Now, if you've known me for a hot minute, then you know that I am ticking all those tabs when those reels come up and they say, oh, if you're ADHD, if you're ADHD, if you're ADHD, right? And I'm also dyslexic, but guess what I also am? I am also adaptive, and I'm a learning person. And I did not get any assistance as a child in school. I just played the game. God spoke to me. It's a game, play the game. And I was like, okay, I will play their game. Whatever they want to hear, I'll tell them, right? So that helped me. But I adapted. In a lot of times, we've taken away people's abilities to adapt to situations by excusing them. Oh, you don't have to adapt because you have this issue. Poor baby. So now they're in a victim state. And once you've got people in that victim mentality, you can get them to do nothing. You can also manipulate them into adding more into their victimhood. So we've taken away people's ability to adapt, and you are adaptable. Like, we talk about supplements, and this one's adaptogenic, and people are like, I don't even know what that means, Joy. What does that mean? That means if I take this supplement, it's all natural. It's made out of whole foods. It's made out of things that you find in nature, and it hasn't been so altered that when my body ingests it, it's going to go, I need this here, and I don't need that, so poop it out. Your body's only going to take it so far as it needs it, right? So I adapted, and yeah, so, and it doesn't even matter. So I wasn't a straight A student. I was an AB student with an occasional C. Like, does that matter? No. Not at all. Especially what I know now. But my warning to you is, when you're watching these videos, when the commercial comes on, or when the reel comes up on video, or you're listening to the podcast, or watching the YouTube, and it's talking about, if you have ADHD, then da-da-da-da. If it's, please don't think that you need some sort of chemical drug in your system, because we're not all the same. We're not all identical. We're not all supposed to think the same way. There are people who think the way they think because they have a certain skill set, and they have to think differently in order to have that skill set. I was in a room full of people, and they were trying to solve this problem, and they couldn't think their way out of it. And I said, well, have you tried this? And they were like, well, how would that work? And I drew it out for them, and they were like, you're a genius. And I'm like, nope, my brain works different, and I saw it from a different perspective. So if you go around trying to take the way your brain works and change that, that is scary stuff. You're going to break your brain, because your brain was created specifically the way it's created. God knit that together in the womb. Now, there are a lot of us who can get out of that. There's a homeostasis with how you were created, right? Your brain was created to think differently. Not everybody's going to think linear. The rest of us are going to think all over the place. And that's genius. And so you don't want to dumb that down with some chemicals, okay? But you also have to be aware that when you're eating artificial colors and artificial flavors and synthetic foods and seed oils and all of that garbage that they shovel as food, that all of that stuff messes with your brain. And a lot of people, I mean, if you were to take somebody who was off the charts, and then you put them on a super clean diet for a very long, just put them on a super clean diet, you're going to see the outrageousness tame itself, because those chemicals have a direct impact on what's going on in your brain. But I just wanted to say, it's not just ADHD reels and stuff that's running around. It's also, there are a lot of hate on your husband reels. Well, my husband's this and my husband's this. There's a lot of mindset reels that are out there that people jump on the wagon and they start producing them themselves, and so then they're fueling that negative perspective. And you might go, there might be like a reel and you're like, ugh, my kid does that too and I don't like it. Don't jump on the bandwagon and now categorize your child as somebody who does that, because they're going to do what you speak over them. So speak over them wonderful things. AC boy, come sit down. Ace, that's what kitties do. That's what kitties do. They put their fingernails in things. You don't want her fingernails in you, do you? But I want you to start looking at things with a critical eye and realize that real eyes, looking at it and saying, that's a funny reel, but I'm not going to now align with that. So there's all of these things and you're like, oh, that's hilarious. And then you're like, oh, that's kind of true. And then it's like, oh, I'm going to share it. And then, well, listen, I'm guilty. Confessing. Especially when all of the ADHD ones started. And then all of a sudden, it was like, God was like, why are you aligning with that? I'm going to align with God. I'm going to align with the Bible. I'm going to align with the fact that I am his child, that he goes before me and he makes a way for me. And he works everything out for the good of those who love him. That's where I'm aligning. And it's not, that the ADHD one was the one that got me, because I was like, oh yeah. And the next thing you know, everything in my feed, everything in my social media is all ADHD. And it probably will be after I'm done making this video, because I've said those words so many times that everything on my feed's not going to come up that way. So your phone's always listening. I was talking to a friend yesterday about a company called LL Bean, and my sister buys all kinds of stuff from there, and you know, they have like guarantees, like their jeans aren't gonna like fall apart, and if they do, they replace them. Like you're not, that's not cheap either. And I've never bought anything from LL Bean. I don't ever look at their websites or whatever. Come here, buddy. And don't you know, LL Bean started showing up in my feed. But just listen to what you're listening to, and don't identify with the things that are not beneficial to you. The dog's getting jealous. Jealous at this point. Are you getting jealous? Ace? Jealous? Down. He's so jealous. All right. Now I got my hands full.